Hi, my name is David Wong, better known as Planet Being on the internet, and I'm here with another demonstration. This time it's Android running on the iPhone 3G. You might remember me from a couple of weeks ago when I demonstrated Android running on the iPhone 2G, or the first generation iPhone. There seems to have been a little bit of confusion over whether I said 2G or 3G, but I said 2G, and you can tell the difference between a 2G and a 3G, which I hold here, and that the 2G has a shiny metallic back, whereas the 3G has a nasty plastic, easily scratched back. So this is definitely an iPhone 3G, and we're going to demonstrate Android running on this thing. So first thing we have to do is to reboot the device. This is a dual booting system, so that means that we can only run one operating system at the same time, and we have to reboot in order to switch between operating systems. So yeah. Also, I would like to note at this point that I was just surprised and humbled by the tremendous response from the community for the last video. I was totally taken by surprise, and the great thing about this is now we have several new developers helping me on this project, and with their help, I'm sure that we'll be able to bring the system to production quality before too long. So I'm going to restart the iPhone, and we get the Open iBoot boot menu, and as you can see, it's been improved so that we actually have an Android icon at the bottom here that we can select instead of having to do something ambiguous like holding the home button on the console icon. So we're going to start Android. The reason it's taken so long to initialize the radio is because I actually have to run Ultrasnow, which is the iPhone dev team's iPhone 3G unlock on this iPhone before I can use it with Rogers, because I got this phone in the United States. But so it was pretty interesting trying to port Ultrasnow into Open iBoot. Also, you can see from these errors that sound isn't really working inside Android on this phone yet. I just got sound working last night inside Open iBoot. I can play music through my earphones and speakers, but it's not, the functionality is not ported into the Linux kernel yet, so Android doesn't have access to it. Other than that, everything works, including the baseband. I can send and receive text messages, but unfortunately I can't call anyone because, well, I can call someone, but they're not going to be able to hear what I'm saying, and I'm not going to be able to hear what they're saying, so it's a little pointless. So the other things that are working are multi-touch, of course, which I'll show you in a second. And that's pretty much all. As you can see from the slow loading time of this, the NAND and FTL drivers are not very optimized. They actually have a throughput of about 750 kilobytes a second, which, as you know, is very, very slow, slower than USB. So those things can be improved. It just requires someone willing to sit down and actually do them. It doesn't all the techniques are already there. There doesn't need to be any reverse engineering, but we still need new developers, and if you're willing to help, that would be great. So as you can see, the phone has just associated with Rogers. This actually says Rogers Wireless, but in hexadecimal. Let's see, 20 space. But right. So I guess the first thing to do, since it's not associated to Wi-Fi, is to get Wi-Fi up. And we've improved the Wi-Fi driver. We implemented a lot of the Android-specific extensions for the Wi-Fi, so it should work a lot better and more reliably now. So the first thing we do is open up the browser. And type in a web address. I'm going to type in my friend's website. She actually was responsible for making the new graphics for the boot menu. And this is her website. So as you can see, it doesn't work completely smoothly, but it does work fairly well. And you can zoom in and zoom out, well, other way around, and use the zooming feature to focus on a specific portion of the site. That's basically it for the browser. The other thing I wanted to show you is sending an SMS. And I'll do that from Skype with my desktop. The reason is I don't have a separate SIM card to send a SMS message to this phone, so I have to use Skype. I'll send hello world like I did last time. Please note that the SMS message is coming over the cell phone modem, so, and it's not running Skype on the iPhone itself right now. As you can see, we just got the message. So that's pretty much it for this demonstration. Stay tuned. We don't have the code for you to download just quite yet because I still have to package everything up for ease of use. But just check back in a couple of days and we should have it up. I'd like to thank some people for their help on this project. Ricky26 and Blue Rise helped a lot with the multi-touch driver. I did the initial reverse engineering for the new multi-touch driver on the iPhone 3G, but they actually went and took my work and put it into Linux so that Android could use it. And of course, thanks to Ali Akai for the new boot graphics. And that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot, everyone.